I never believed in dead zones. All my life I thought it was superstition, something people made up to explain human error or coincidence, until I and people I know became part of one of those coincidences, or rather, a chain of them. Now, whenever I drive that stretch of highway up north, I slow down, grip the wheel tighter, and watch the road carefully, because I know that road doesn't just lead forward. Sometimes it slips somewhere else, into a quiet, invisible pocket of another reality, where things happen that shouldn't happen at all. But they do, again and again. There's a stretch of road beyond the last small town. After a few miles, the forest suddenly closes in from both sides, like massive black curtains. This isn't a scenic forest, it's a wall, dense, dark, pressing right up against the asphalt. It's not even that long, but when you drive into it, especially in the fall, at dusk, time feels wrong. Your headlights don't light the way, they just slide along the trees like tunnel walls, and you can almost feel it, the space behind you closing, cutting you off from everything you just left. On the left side, just past the tree line, there's an old wooden cross leaning inside a crooked fence. It's weathered, grey from years of rain. Locals say a motorcyclist died there a long time ago. After that, things started happening. Every year, accidents, always there. The first time I noticed it, I was just a passenger looking out the window, and I saw it. A car lying on its side in the ditch, just a few yards from that cross. Skid marks stretched across the asphalt, stopping just short of it, like someone had twisted the wheel at the last second, trying not to hit it. I remember thinking, lightning doesn't strike twice. A year later, late fall, I was driving back in complete darkness. As I approached that same place, I saw flashing lights. Something in my chest tightened. The scene looked unreal. Long logs scattered across the road, fallen from a logging truck. A crushed SUV slammed into them, and on the roadside, a massive wild boar. The drivers said it came out of nowhere. A swerve, brakes, the load shifted, then impact. Vehicles wrecked, the animal dead, people alive, lucky. My turn came a couple of weeks later, early morning. Just before the forest, a hare shot out from under my wheels, too fast to react. A dull hit and a sharp crack. I pulled over. The animal didn't move, and neither did my fog light. Gone, completely knocked out. Nothing serious, just one of those small, irritating problems that sticks with you. Then my friend started having trouble. One car, a blown tire right there. Flat road, clean asphalt, and the tire shredded like it had been cut open. A year later, the same thing, different car, same spot. Freezing cold, ice everywhere, the jack slipping. 3 of us holding the car up so it wouldn't drop while the 4th changed the wheel. And the same thought kept repeating in my head. Again. Here. Again. On the right side of the road, where the forest pulls back a little, there's a low dip. There used to be a deep creek there. My grandfather remembered how, in spring, huge fish would come in to spawn. Now it's just an overgrown ditch, and beside it, the foundation of an unfinished house. It stood there for as long as I can remember. No roof, empty window openings, like it had been abandoned halfway through. My grandfather said the man who built it wasn't right. Either he lost his mind during construction, or he was never quite there to begin with. He died before finishing it. The house was taken apart, and all that remained was the foundation, like a bone pushing up through the ground. One day, I was driving my grandfather past that place and told him everything. He listened quietly, looking out the window, then said, "Old folks used to say, something lived near that creek." I brushed it off, but he looked at me calmly and added, "Maybe stories, maybe not. This place isn't good, never was." I asked why he never told me before. He just said, "No need to scare you, but watch the road there. It doesn't like people rushing through. It reminds you when you least expect it." That same fall, another story came up. A truck driver told it at a roadside diner. Late at night, in light fog, he had just come out of the forest, and suddenly, in his headlights, something stepped out from that foundation. Not a person, a shadow, black, faceless, but shaped like one. It stood right in his lane. He slammed the brakes, the truck swerved, nearly rolled. When he got out, there was nothing there, just the moon and the concrete. I listened to that story, and I didn't smile anymore, because everything connected. One chain, one strange pattern. The place remembers, the creek, the house, the deaths. It doesn't forgive. First it gives you small problems, then worse. And if you still don't understand, it shows itself. Maybe it's all just coincidence. Bad road, tired drivers, weather. I want to believe that. I really do. But now, every time I approach that stretch, I slow down, turn on all my lights, and watch not just the road, but that dark rectangle of concrete, just in case. Because dead zones aren't always stories. Sometimes they're fractures in reality itself, and sometimes something comes through.